I thought actually the way it started, obviously we had to kill a 5-minute major and play without Trevor Hamilton, huge part of our team. So with that in mind, I think it was a really gutsy tie. Obviously they came back, so it could have been a win, but happy with the point, especially how it started.
Open up questions?
Guy, a total of 20 penalties called, obviously a handful of coincidental roughings and unsportsmanlike. How much do penalties like that, and just penalties in general, break up the flow of a game, especially when there's 20?
That's not our idea, but yeah, I think we don't like to play that. Like, that doesn't serve in our favor, I don't think. We would rather have tempo.
What do you think of the play of guys like Miley, Gomez, and Hamilton having to play a lot more?
All 5 of them. I mean, all 5 of them, that's a big effort, especially right so early. It's not like they just did it for a period. Basically, it was 59 and a half minutes. Huge effort. All of them were put in positions that they're, I think, not normally used to. All played with new people. I think you have to give them a lot of credit. Not just those 3, all 5 of them.
You guys got the shootout point, obviously, but how much do you miss Trevor Hamilton late in the game when you're trying to get a goal? I know that he had the goal against Michigan State in the last second before, so.
Well, and you look at the last, probably the most easily recognizable late goal was the one in Ohio State, and I mean, it was him digging the puck out, him going to the net. He's been a big part of that all the time, and it's not only just that, it's you miss Trevor Hamilton. I don't care if it's the first minute of the game, the last minute of the game, whether you're trying to score a goal or stop a goal, he's a huge part of what we do. So that's why I say I give the team, and especially the 5 other defensemen, a lot of credit.
How tough is it to regroup as a team where multiple points it looked like you guys were going to hang on for a win in overtime, win the game, and have to go back?
Yeah, I thought that was a great aspect. I mean, toughness is, I think that locker room prides itself on being a mentally tough team, and I think they showed it. That's a tough thing to do. We had to regroup a few times, and obviously thinking that the game was over, or overtime was over with 3.5 minutes to go, and having to come back and play hard, I give them a lot of credit.
What was the explanation for the refs gave you on the overtime goal?
Explanation was goaltender interference.
How do you come out of a game like that? Do you go, we've got 5 out of 6, do you go, thought we had the winner and then we didn't? I mean, what's sort of the takeaway emotionally out of a game that had a little bit of everything?
Yeah, I think Coach Lindsay put it very well that, we played basically the entire game with 5D and killed a 5-minute major to start the game, and I think showed a lot of grit throughout the game. And obviously it wasn't our best, but found a way to get a big point, and that's what we take away from it mentally.
Do you think this is a good game for some of these younger guys to have? Because there's not going to be really any nights off between now and whenever the season is over.
Yeah, it's something that I think the young guys last year learned down the stretch, and it's something that I think this is a very, I think it's typical of what we're going to see the rest of the year, and it's every game is huge, and this was no exception. And like I said, I mean, you can be disappointed that we didn't get the win, but that's a big point, especially how we started. So yeah, I think our freshmen could have learned a lot from this.
Coming back from break, you get a series victory. How important was it for you to start this second half of the season well?
It's always better, but we're at the point now and where we are nationally and in our conference that no matter what happens, the next game is going to be, every game right now is huge, and the next one's a little bit bigger. And that's one of the great things about college hockey. When you have when the entire season is 30 plus games and the conference is just 20, 24, every game is extremely important. And you're basically playing playoffs from in October, and now once you get past Christmas and you can see where things are shaking out, if you're fortunate enough to be in the national conversation, and right now with our playoff system in the conversation to get home ice, like every game is big, and the next one's even a little bit bigger. And I mean, I love that about college hockey, and we're going to try and enjoy it.
How much do you look forward to a week like the one that's coming up, just sort of the preparation for a series against Ohio State, it's the sort of thing that you kind of sign up for.
Yeah, you're right. You come to Penn State for that reason. They're right now 5 or 6, whatever it is, in the pairwise, and that's why you come to Penn State, and that's why you want to play in the Big Ten. It's important games against great universities, and that's what we have. And again, just like we're going to try and enjoy it.
Does a game like this with a lot of chippiness and intensity like that help going into a series like that with the history that these two teams have had?
I think as the Big Ten grows and gets older, that you're going to see more and more heated rivalries develop. So I don't think it's anything that you should be surprised with. It's nothing that. It's hockey. It's called, again, it's part of the reason everybody loves college hockey. You never know how. Every weekend is sort of its own personality, and every game has its own personality, and so you can't exactly say what's going to happen. But I thought this was a pretty intense game, and I think it will prepare us. If not, we certainly expect it against Ohio State, but if it's not Ohio State, it'll prepare us for some team down the road. So I think it sort of adds into, it's a good experience for our freshmen to have.
Coach, your unbeaten streak is now 10. Ohio State's on a 6-game win streak. What excites you about that matchup with both teams coming in and playing very good hockey?
The number one thing that excites us is that it's a team that's obviously ranked very high nationally. Every point, and that's why tonight that extra point it's big in the Big Ten. But it's also looking at a national landscape, and right now Ohio State is high in the pairwise, and that's a very exciting thing for us. That those can be potentially important games, and we're always going to prepare to play the best game we can, no matter who it's against. But if you ask me what the exciting part is about this weekend coming up, I'd have to say the fact that we're playing a team that's high in the national standards.
They say history repeats itself. Was that why you went with Liam in the shootout? He made pretty much the exact same move there.
There's a couple of reasons, but that's one of them. I mean, he's just, I actually. That's one of them. There's the biggest reason he's clutch. I mean, it wasn't just Wisconsin. He would have gone no matter who we were playing, but that's part of it.
What is it about Liam against Wisconsin that makes him so good?
Well, he's pretty good against everybody else too, so I can't just say it's Wisconsin. He's a clutch kid. He's a clutch kid. He's just a good hockey player and a clutch kid.